you guys even see this food waste that is going on in this dumpster right here? I saw this from the road. The whole dumpster is full of frozen foods.
All right, guys, we are at Aldi right now, and look at all of this meat that they threw out. This is crazy.
A ton of fresh produce, just dumped and locked.
What a jackpot, man. You loading this. Oh my gosh.
The whole dumpster is Kim Kardashian energy drinks.
Today was one of the craziest dumpster dive hauls in my life.
I've been seeing something that really makes you wonder what's happening to our country right now. Americans are going to extreme lengths just to survive in this economy. And with the cost of food rising so high, it's become a viral trend to post videos about dumpster diving outside grocery stores to get thousands of dollars worth of products for free. Let's take a look at what some folks are finding when they check these dumpsters.
Do you guys even see this food waste that is going on in this dumpster right here? I saw this from the road. The whole dumpster is full of frozen foods. Are you serious right now? Frozen solid. They just put this stuff in here. December 10th, 2025. The whole dumpster is full. Yo, it is all frozen. What? The whole dumpster, all ice creams, everything is frozen. Are you even serious? What the heck is going on here? What? Boba teas? Wow, everything is frozen. That is listen. That is ice, guys. Ice, literally ice. That is frozen. What am I gonna do? What am I doing? Eating friggin' dumpster food for my whole life? I literally need a freezer, Twix bars, ice cream, corn, all frozen. Oh my God, I gotta think about what I'm doing. I need a cooler. I need a friggin' freezer truck for that.
All right, guys, we are at Aldi right now, and look at all of this meat that they threw out. This is crazy. Hamburger meat, we got ribs, we got chuck roasts, more ribs.
This past weekend, I went out to Arizona to hang out with some friends, and because they know that I go dumpster diving, we decided to go dumpster diving out there. So, check this out. This was behind a Sprouts grocery store. A ton of fresh produce, just dumped and locked until it gets unlocked to be trashed. It's disgusting to me how many people are hungry in this nation and how wasteful this is. All this food could have gone to those people. Think of how many meals this could have provided, how many smoothies, just how many pieces of fruit that is. Like, I don't know how many feet tall that pile of fruit is, but that is one of two dumpsters that was behind the Sprouts. And again, this is all locked up, so nobody can get into it. The other dumpster over here didn't have quite as deep of a pile, but you can see through this locked lid that there are also piles and piles of fruit. Fresh pineapples and just tons of fruit.
Uncrustables! Stop it! It's still cold. Look at all of it. Power went out. Holy shit. Look, dude, there's buggies full. Look. Cake. Grocery shopping out the trunk.
Spicy chicken melt.
Spicy chicken melts.
Chicken strips.
Dude, that's the hot ones, chicken strips. Woo. Damn. There's some big bags. Okay. I'll jump in for those. Barbecue. Salt vinegar. Ooh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Take that. Ooh, there's something slimy on the bottom of this dumpster. Ew. Oh, yeah. Yes. Alright, that should be good. Stocked up for a minute. Just making sure. Okay, we're good.
What a jackpot, man. You loaded this sucker. Oh my gosh, bro. The car's already getting loaded. I don't think we're able to fit all of them in there. Oh my gosh. Look at all these shifts, guys. All these boxes. Damn, what do you got, man?
My cookies.
Your cookies, man? With some milk. Holy cow, man. So much stuff in here.
Do you even see this dumpster right now? The whole thing is Christmas candy. Literally Christmas candy, skip and stick powders. Oh man, the whole thing is full. What? Grinch cups? Oh my, I can't even handle all this. I can't handle all this candy, dude. This is insanity. What would you guys do in a situation like, I'm just gonna donate all this, but take it all. And bluey candies and sour peeps. What the heck am I even supposed to do? Sour Patch candy canes. Goes all the way down, dude. I even see Christmas stuff down there. Oh, Christmas plushies and stuff? No way. It's all Christmas stuff in here, guys. The whole thing is Christmas. Yeah, the whole thing is Christmas stuff. Look at all the good stuff down here. I'm gonna get all this stuff before I get the candy. All these plushies. Oh, wow. That's all stuff down there, too. It's even Halloween. I got my work cut out for me with this one.
Alright, chicken, all these eggs, all this produce, all that produce, and all this crap, all in a dumpster. And then we got these nice water bottles. Hold on.
I have to admit that it bothers me to see that dumpster diving is becoming the new thing amongst Americans because the cost of food has gone up so rapidly. Now we have all these people resorting to these kinds of extreme measures just to make it. This shows how incredibly wasteful these big grocery chains are when they could easily be donating all this food to food banks and people who need it and not put it in those dumpsters. And honestly, big retailers do the same thing.
You gotta come look at this. Oh my goodness. They did not cut anything. It's got everything folded and organized. Every single size available. Tell me why Five Below is so wasteful. Look how many are here.
So I'm dumpster diving at Bath & Body Works, and look at all this stuff in here. It's gonna be a huge jackpot. There are so many candles as well. So far, I got this stuff out. None of these candles are broken. Look at all this stuff. They didn't destroy anything. This is insane. I don't know why they threw this stuff away. There are so many candles in here, and none of them are broken. Look at all of those down there. I just moved this box, and look at how far down it goes. I was about to leave, but look at all of these perfumes. This stuff just keeps coming. I filled that box up, and it just keeps going all the way down there. And here's everything I found at Bath & Body Works. All of these are brand new candles. None of them are cracked. There's like 50 candles. And then I found 2 boxes full of a bunch of random stuff, like body washes and candles, wallflowers. This box over here has a ton of hand soaps, and then a ton of perfumes as well.
There is so much. Wow.
Guys, this is the biggest candle that I ever seen in my life.
Babe, brand new towels for the house. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Look at all those towels, guys. We're so grateful we found all this. Wow, just insane. It's just insane, guys.
Way too many.
It's too many. Guys, we found so many tree skirts. This full box is full of tree skirts. Mine. Guys, look at all this, and it's a full box. Look at all this. Guys, there is so much stuff. We had to move that, but we found so much stuff in here. Under that, there is more stuff, and back there too. We found so much stuff, guys. We have to put everything.
Kim Kardashian freaking energy drinks. The whole dumpster is Kim Kardashian energy drinks. You freaking kidding me? You see all those freaking energy drinks right here? What? There is cases of energy drinks in here. I'm taking all of these freaking energy drinks, dude. Alani, Kim-Aid. What? They're $3.19 a piece. You think I'm not filling my whole car with energy drinks by that person right there? Didn't even notice that. Okay, I gotta check the other dumpster. Oh shit, look at all that. Yo, there's boxes of stuff. Sheet protectors. That whole box of stuff. Taking it all. Looks like pads and wipes and stuff. I don't really want the bread. This isn't even expired. The bread looks good. I'll take it.
Shoot, gold. What is that? What the hell is that? Oh!
MCM perfume. That's cologne.
Yo, that is full. That is full. Somebody let me know about those, because those look pretty legit. MCM.
I'm wondering what these are. I will definitely be taking all the damaged boxes with me. So I walked away with 5 damaged boxes. Let's see what's in them. Oh, this first box has completely unopened. Oh my gosh. So much sunburn lotion. Oh my gosh. It's completely full of Nexus conditioner, a shower filter, Nexus volume hairspray. Why are these in damage boxes? Damage. Like serums. Pharmacy 100 milk cream. Why are these their returns? Are these all their holiday returns maybe? Like, oh my gosh, all untouched, okay? Mommy. Okay, let's see what's in here. Oh my gosh. Pumpkin spice body moisturizer, hair clip. These are so cute. The skulls. Brightening pat, sorry. Hair clips. Non-adhesive nipple covers. I cannot believe it. I'm betting that these are all their holiday returns. I need a warm palette. Oh my gosh, but all of this, y'all, is untouched. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Last box. Damages, y'all. When I say a safety razor, satin pillowcases, hair clips, bobby pins, hair ties, face masks. Like, what did I just find?
Come with me as I show you my best dumpster diving finds of 2025. Starting out at Lululemon, I think I found something that wasn't supposed to be thrown away because this little bag had a hat and then 2 bags. One of them still had tags, which is crazy. Next, I hit a huge jackpot while dumpster diving at the mall. There's a Macy's that was actually shutting down and I found so many perfumes, a lot of high-end skincare, and even heat tools like this. And here's what that box looked like. It was full of high-end skincare, perfumes, like YSL, that's so expensive. Like, these perfumes were brand new. And this sealed box was mixed in with all of their trash, which should have been delivered to another store, but I guess they never opened it and they just threw it away when they closed down. But luckily I opened and checked it because it was filled with expensive jewelry. I also hit a huge jackpot at one of my Ultas. There were bags and bags full of stuff. Like, these were loaded. There were perfumes, there were undestroyed palettes and makeup. Like, it was such a good haul. All they did was rip open boxes, which is not that big of a deal. I did destroy my scuba. It got super dirty. So take my word for it, don't wear nice things when you dumpster dive. But anyways, my last stop, I found a really good score from Michael Kors. Surprisingly, they didn't even destroy anything. Like and follow if you want to see a part 2 and see the rest of my best finds.
Today was one of the craziest dumpster dive hauls in my life. Like, let me take you on a tour. And there's still stuff in my car. I'm not even gonna talk. You guys can just, like, literally look. This is insane.
This is just a crazy situation when you think about it. And you know why retailers throw all these perfectly good products away instead of donating to homeless shelters and children in need? Because when they throw them out and mark them as stolen products, they actually get a tax write-off, huh? But here's what's happening now. Because these retailers are throwing so much stuff away, some dumpster divers are making a living off the products they find and resell online.
I'm going to show you guys how I profit from finding trash and turning it to cash. So these right here are body scrub gift sets from a very known store, and they were in the trash for $0. They are not opened with tags. I'm actually selling both of these as a bundle right now for $15. Therefore, I am profiting $15. If I were to go in the store, they would have cost me $26, but now I'm just profiting. So you guys, I'm telling you right now, don't skip those dumpsters. If you guys love dumpster diving, seeing all the treasures people find, or you want to learn how to turn your trash into cash, give me a follow. Delivering it. Secured.
Huge $400 plus dumpster diving sale.
All right, guys, I stopped to do some dumpster diving. Got all this out of a dumpster. Hey guys, I just had to update you on this video I posted a few months ago. This thing sold for about $430, so don't be afraid to hop into a dumpster from time to time. Peace. For free.
So clearly we had a very big Halloween haul today with a bunch of shirts, Halloween buckets. So I'm actually selling Halloween stuffed buckets. Comes with a dog toy, 3 shirts, size large, and the bucket. We're turning this trash to cash, baby.
Dave Sheffield knows the dumpsters of Western New York pretty well. I went out dumpster diving with him in January in Cheektowaga, New York. Dave started dumpster diving in college to save money. Now, 15 years later, he's still searching through trash to find treasure. Sometimes he scores big, finding appliances like microwaves or an espresso machine. But other times, just a few things worth salvaging.
Little scores like this.
I mean, I never know what I'm going to find. I might just find, you know, a few dollars worth of scrap metal. I might find some server part that I could sell online for $500.
Any tips for anyone who wants to get involved in dumpster diving?
Consistency. So don't just go check a few dumpsters and say, I tried and I didn't find anything. It's just like any new hobby or thing. You have to practice at it. So try to tell yourself, I'm going to go check 20 or 30 or 40 dumpsters tonight. And then check those same dumpsters a week or two later and do that for a couple of months. And you'll winnow down the dumpsters that are kind of crap, just full of actual garbage. And you'll find a few that consistently throw away, you know, scrap and stuff you could resell. And you can go back to those places consistently and start actually piecing together kind of like a larger dumpster diving route, and you'll get better at it over time.
Want to know more about dumpster diving? Read about it and listen at hereandnow.org and on our podcast, Here and Now Anytime.
I have to say that with so many companies laying people off and putting hiring freezes in place over the past few months, people are having to find really creative ways to make money. But I have to ask you, would you actually buy something that came out of a dumpster? And what do you think about all this waste that's being produced by these companies? When you step back and look at all of this, it really makes you want to think about where we are right now. We saw that situation with what looked like a mom dumpster diving with her teenage kid, just trying to get by. We saw all those people with nice cars pulling up to dumpsters looking for anything they can eat or resell. That really shows you that these aren't just people. Poor middle-class families are out there doing this too. And the fact that many Americans are trying to make an actual living off dumpster diving now, it's upsetting. I mean, while that does keep all these perfectly good products from ending up in our landfills, we have to remember that buying things that came from a dumpster can be pretty unsafe for obvious sanitary reasons. So you really need to be careful out there. But the bigger question is, how did we get here? How did we get here as a country? And when did it become normal for families to dig through trash just to feed themselves or afford basic necessities? Why
When you think of all these people travel from all over the world and all over the U.S. to come and see the nation's capital, and we can't clean up the trash?
I'm here in downtown Los Angeles, and right behind me is a graveyard full of clothes.
New York City is filled with trash. Now, locals, we don't see this, but tourists, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
I started picking up trash on the street in LA. This entire bag, all stuff I collected just on the walk around the corner.
You know, it's kind of shocking what's happening in our cities right now. I've been seeing these videos pop up everywhere lately, with people showing the trash, the decay, and many businesses are just leaving. Let's take a look at what people are actually witnessing on the ground.
Embarrassing, really.
Audrey Schaefer took these photos showing pile up after pile up.
When you think of all these people travel from all over the world and all over the U.S. to come and see the nation's capital, and we can't clean up the trash. And I'm sure anybody who was working yesterday was earning their keep because there was so much to do, but they needed more people to go by more frequently.
I'm here in downtown Los Angeles, and right behind me is a graveyard full of clothes from abandoned and burnt down clothing building. And as you can see, people are coming here, just like this guy himself, to grab some clothes because there are literally thousands and thousands of shirts and pants or shorts. However, the majority of this stuff, as you can see right here, the majority of it is all burnt, and you can see the remnants of what was the building right here. There's literally the wood that has been burnt, and this is only a few blocks down from downtown Los Angeles. This is on Main Street here in Los Angeles. We're about a few blocks down from 4th and 5th Avenue, and there's literally a graveyard full of clothes. And now this is also a place where a lot of people come and sleep. We were just talking to this man right here. This is also a place where a lot of people come and sleep because they prefer sleeping in here where it's a little bit softer and it's not as hard compared to sleeping on the cold concrete in the middle of the night. This goes from one block all the way over to the next block. And this is in downtown Los Angeles, and things are not looking too great right now.
New York City is filled with trash. Now, locals, we don't see this, but tourists, it sticks out like a sore thumb. There's trash everywhere.
Do they ever clean up around here? I don't know. I don't know. And the subway right there is here. 3rd Avenue 149. Yep. Shit, zone life. It's BX, man, the Bronx, one of the poorest, brokest borough. Yeah. That's crazy. It's America, man. It's America you don't see on TV. Okay. That's crazy.
It's wild to think that in the world's wealthiest country, our major cities are starting to look like wastelands, you know? These places that used to be the pride of America, it's like they've been abandoned by the people who are supposed to care. And when the cleaning systems are this inefficient, some folks are just taking matters into their own hands.
Quite frankly, I don't think that these cleaning trucks clean anything at all. All they do is spread the garbage around and throw it onto the sidewalk. And if you take a look here, you see nothing has been really cleaned. And I don't understand what system we have in place here in New York City, where we have alternate side parking for the benefit of cleaning, but no actual cleaning happens. Garbage just gets thrown everywhere. Let me know if it's the same in your neighborhood.
Has anyone else noticed this new style of garbage truck where they fill this front receptacle and then flip it into the truck? I don't know who signed off on this, but as you can see, half of it ends up on the roof so that when they drive away, that ends up in our neighborhoods and in the ditches. How is this the better design here? Just put it straight in the truck. Not okay.
I started picking up trash on the street in LA. This entire bag is all stuff I collected just on the walk around the corner to my coffee shop. And I learned some surprising things. One, a lot of trash has been there a long time. Happy New Year. It's July. It's not that people are constantly littering, it's that nobody cleans it up. If you clean it up, it can actually stay pretty clean for weeks. The second thing I discovered is what I call the 2-bag method. I'll just grab 2 old plastic bags from my closet. One I use to hold it, and the other I use as a glove. And now that I'm here, chuck it in the dumpster, wash my hands in the coffee shop, and I don't have anything to carry with me. The other thing I've noticed is multiple people have actually stopped me and told me that they do it too. When our city's problems can feel really daunting and overwhelming, it's great to be reminded that you can make a visible difference. Anyone can. And you're surrounded by people who care about our city and want to make it that much nicer too.
All right, let's be frank, right? Let's be frank. I'm just on the other side. You got all this trash here, right? All this trash right here, right? And then you got a grocery store right here. Will you really buy from me there? I'm just saying, she's on the other side.
Wow. The thing is, this trash situation is really hurting local businesses. I mean, who wants to shop next to piles of garbage, right? And we're seeing a lot of these businesses just packing up and leaving town altogether. And as more companies move out like this, the social decay of these cities is just accelerating.
San Francisco, one of America's most famous cities, is spiraling down a doom loop. Here's why. Since the pandemic, the city's population has shrunk, and big employers have headed for the exits as the work-from-home revolution became permanent.
At Union Square, in the heart of the city, about half the retail stores have shut down in the past 4 years, and Westfield is now dumping this half-empty shopping centre.
Office vacancies are now at a record high, and foot traffic downtown is just 32% of what it was before the pandemic. As well as a lack of customers, they blame a troubling combination of crime, drugs and homelessness. Products are now locked behind screens and security guards man stores. More than 4,000 people are sleeping on the streets, many in the problem-plagued Tenderloin district, and the city is on track for a record 845 drug overdose deaths this year. Next month, world leaders are coming to town for the APEC Summit. It's a tipping point for San Francisco. Perhaps it will begin to reverse the city's doom loop, or it might accelerate its decline.
I'm in the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We've been to a lot of big cities here in America, and I want to point out something that we're seeing everywhere we go, and it's actually very, very sad. Big cities in America are literally going away. They're falling apart. I'm standing on one street corner right here, and as you can see, the buildings are boarded up. So you follow me around here. Nobody's in that building. once was a Burger King right there. It's gone. That whole street is empty. No one is living here. No one is working here. There's hardly anybody on the street except for homeless people. And I've seen a lot of homeless families too, with little tiny children walking around here. It's actually heartbreaking to see what is happening in America as big cities, they're literally just falling apart, disappearing, and the people that are overtaking them are the homeless people. It's frightening, and this is what is going on in America. I honestly can say I don't remember America always being like this. Even a few years ago, I don't remember things being like this. I know we did have a pandemic that shut a lot of things down, but I am hoping that somehow big cities in America will be able to recover and people will start coming back. Otherwise, these places are going to disappear.
If you're from Seattle or just visiting Seattle, Pike Place Market is one of the most beautiful attractions Seattle has to offer. And just 3 blocks away, I'm going to speed it up for you. We are walking down towards 3rd Avenue. It is filled with crime, homelessness, drugs. Look, I know that these are people and they deserve to get help. But we can't have this around our city, especially so close to where families, tourists are coming into this city. What's the solution, Seattle?
And here's what happens when those companies leave. The local economy gets weaker. People lose their jobs, and many of them end up homeless. It's like this domino effect, you know? That's the reason why we're seeing so many people living on the streets right now.
We found out recently that Skid Row in LA is 50 blocks. 50.
Right now?
Right now. 50 blocks of homeless people just living on the streets. And like almost impassable. Like if you've ever been down Skid Row, it's fucking... I went there once accidentally. And this was in the 2000s. We were filming Fear Factor downtown in LA, and I took a wrong turn and wound up in Skid Row, and I was like, I couldn't believe it was real. It was like a zombie movie, and that's, I mean, it's a fraction.
So you decided on Fear Factor, you go stay in here for 3 days, and you win.
It's 3 days and do no coke. Yeah, you could do 3 days with no meth, and you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sobering. And then we looked up the history of Skid Row, and the reason why it's like that is they would take people out of Hollywood and Beverly Hills and homeless people then, and they would put them in Skid Row and force them to stay there. And they sort of built it as a place where they could deposit vagrants and homeless people.
Well, there is a law in this country called vagrancy.
It's crazy. Homelessness in America. People sleeping on the streets in real life. That's crazy. Wow. Now the people across the street having parties. These guys are sleeping on the street. It's like a whole stretch. One side of poverty, the other side is party cats. So that's crazy. We'll party on the other side, so people sleeping over here. Okay, this ain't no South Africa. This ain't no Philippines. Yeah. You see, nice America. We got a nice resident right there. They probably paying like $1,500 a month for rent. But people sleeping right outside. Yeah, it's sad though. Like a whole stretch and shit like that. I could keep going. You know we're bringing nothing but the real. Some people will go like, oh, well, not my city, I don't care. It's still the United States. Oh, not my town. You shut up. You won't believe what people sleeping. Somebody's sleeping in there right now. Somebody's house. And they got a big building right there, hotel. Look at people sleep on the streets. Sad. It's America. Homeless, you go on the streets. That's somebody's house right there. And you think twice you want to come to America. There's homeless people all over somebody's house.
There's somebody right there laying in the street. That's crazy. Welcome to Skid Row.
Thought it might end, so.
Just forgot nothing. They were down.
What's your name? Tara. Tara. What's your name? Danielle. Danielle. I met you before. I like your camera. Thank you. I appreciate it. Is that a 35mm dual seat warmer? I'm trying to give these to somebody. You get them. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
What's your kitty's name? Hi, babies.
Sylvester?
Sylvester. Sylvester.
Oh, yeah. Tiptoe still has his dog?
I'm sharing mine with her.
That's right. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
That's how you come. Oh, great. Thank you.
What church?
All right.
I like when I see people eating.
Boy, that's good.
Never that, Tiptoe.
Good looking.
I feel like I need to move that for you so you can sit down more comfortably.
No?
No?
All right.
You okay?
I'm walking through a large homeless encampment in Seattle, Washington. Been talking to the homeless here for the last hour. Many say there's a lot of outreach, but the outreach is ineffective. Mostly it's just a bunch of snacks, a lot of water, and really not any of the permanent solutions, such as we want a job, we want to get sober, we want off the streets in a permanent way, not a crappy shelter. Basically, a lot of the homeless are actually saying what we want is a sense of purpose. We want to wake up every day and feel like we're making a difference, but we're stuck out here. And the last homeless lady I just interviewed said that in many ways we're just become very dependent on the system. And when you're dependent on the system, it's really hard to think for yourself. And she basically just said, look, I accept the help, what they give me, but what they give me doesn't actually solve the problem. It just keeps me down, but I don't know how to say no because I'm in survival mode. So she made a very good point that, and I've always said this is why when it comes to outreach, we need to pivot. Not keeping people comfortable on the streets, but empower them to reach their fullest potential and to help them become self-sufficient.
I am extraordinarily frustrated. So every year, HUD, Housing and Urban Development, which is the leading federal organization in the country around homelessness, statistics, funding, all of it, every year they come up with a ranking of the best and worst cities in America at sheltering the chronically homeless. And once again, Kansas City is ranked dead last on that list. And this is 2 years in a row. So not only are we not making any kind of improvement, we are moving in the wrong direction because by percentage, we are worse this year than we were last year. And let me put that into perspective a bit. To be ranked dead last. And we're ranked dead last among every major city in this country. So if Kansas City and LA or New York were the same size, Kansas City would have more chronically homeless people here than in those places. I hope that helps paint a picture of how bad it is in Kansas City right now. And there's two reasons why it is this bad. Two main reasons. There's a lot of little ones, but let's talk about the main ones. Number one, Kansas City doesn't have enough permanent housing options. We're more than 20,000 units short. So, for folks to get into permanent housing, it takes about a year in Kansas City. A year. And that's if everything is right. That's if IDs are in place, there's no warrants, all of that shit. So how likely is that among the chronically homeless population? It's almost impossible. It just doesn't happen that way. And the main reason is Kansas City doesn't have a low barrier emergency shelter. So we don't have front end support and we don't have back end support. A low barrier shelter is every city's first place folks go. It is the atrium. It is the front door to accessing services. And for a city this size not to have one, that would be like us not having a water treatment facility. That's how basic the infrastructure of a low barrier shelter is.
Once you become homeless, it's really hard to get out of that cycle. And we've got to find ways to solve this situation because our cities, they just can't look like this. If something doesn't change soon, the path to complete collapse seems pretty certain.
People, they imagine collapse like it's going to just show up one day, like in the movies, you know, and everyone will see it at the exact same time. And it will be widespread. But here's the thing, that's not how things fall apart. It starts in the parts of town that most people never have a reason to drive through, right? It's the neighborhoods with half-shuttered stores, you know, the schools that nobody transfers into, the blocks where you can't tell if a building is abandoned or just, you know, neglected. You see it in the emergency rooms that can't keep staff, right? In the buses that stop running on time. It's in streets that they just stay busted up because there's never enough money set aside to repair anything. I mean, if you want a real life example, just look at Detroit about 10 years ago. I lived there a decade ago in 2014 and a little bit of 2015. I mean, it felt like living in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. I mean, that's when The Walking Dead was still, you know, just a few seasons in. It felt like living in The Walking Dead, shy of there being zombies, of course. But I would just, you know, I had a bike at the time. I didn't even have a car. So I was riding around that entire city on a bicycle. I saw everything. When you're in a car, you miss things. But when you're on a bike, you don't. You see every nook and cranny. I mean, just whole sections of the city were basically holding on by a thread. I mean, you had packs of wild dogs that would attack people. You had street lights that didn't work. You had street lamps that didn't work. It was dark in a lot of areas. You couldn't see anything. And then for like, if you needed police or EMT, forget about it. I mean, it would take them nearly an hour to respond, maybe longer. And just houses just sitting empty for years because nobody had the funds or the incentive to restore them.
Our cities are dying. And when your cities die, your country dies. And a lot of people don't want to believe this because they move to rural areas and are hoping to sort of ignore it. I'd be in that category. But it's nevertheless true. When your cities die, your country dies. And our cities are dying the kind of death that can't be permanent. They're dying the death born of chaos, where things just get so crazy and people literally die on the street. Also have sex and defecate on the street, but die on the street. And that's intolerable. Chaos is intolerable. People can't handle it. So out of chaos comes what? Democracy? Spontaneous order? No. Imposed order. Dictatorship. Of course, each and every time. That's what happens out of chaos. People beg for a strong man. There's always someone willing to oblige, and that's exactly what they get. And that's exactly what we're going to get unless some kind of order is restored. Which is another way of saying restoring order is not a step toward totalitarianism. It may be the only way to prevent it. But we need to do it now. Walk through any American city and be honest with yourself. Is this working? It's clearly getting worse. What will it look like in 10 years? The differences between states are getting more profound. You wouldn't expect that, actually. After the advent of radio and then television, the internet, mass media, The idea was, well, regional differences are going away because all of us are united by the media we consume. And that's no longer true. And in fact, our media are exacerbating the differences or highlighting them anyway. And so a place like South Florida is more different from South California than it's ever been.
Import the third world, become the third world. We've heard this sentiment echoed many times, and it's absolutely true. If you walk down the streets of any great American city, it looks like the third world. A lot of these great, beautiful American cities, Los Angeles, New York, that are supposed to be beacons of what America stands for, right? Our culture, our values, have been completely degraded. They've been overrun by illegal immigrants. There's trash on the streets, feces, human urine. People are shooting up and doing drugs. And then simultaneously, we're also importing millions and millions of illegal immigrants that refuse to assimilate and are continuing to decay this country. But reporting on these things on the ground, it got exhausting for me because I felt so much hopelessness because the country that I love, the United States of America, where I was born and raised, as were my father and mother, and, you know, my grandfather, the country that is my birthright, my children's birthright, it's gone.
The decline of these major urban areas is already underway, and it's really a symptom of a much larger problem in our society that we need to address. You've heard different perspectives in those videos about what's causing all this. So what do you think about this, really? You know, when I was watching those clips from D.C., from Los Angeles, from New York, these are supposed to be our showcase cities, huh? Places where people come from all over the world to visit. And instead, they're finding streets that look like they've been forgotten. That person cleaning up trash in L.A. with those 2 plastic bags, that really struck with me. You know, he said something important. It's not that people are constantly littering, it's that nobody cleans it up. When someone does clean it, it actually stays pretty clean for weeks. Makes you wonder about our priorities, doesn't it? And then you've got the bigger picture, what some folks are calling societal collapse. Whether you agree with that or not, something's clearly not working when major American cities